Said, hey, I'm Michael Jordan. I'm ordering a pizza. Everybody knew he was getting a pizza.
How come MJ didn't just order some Domino's or some Pizza Hut? Order some reliable, reputable pizza, MJ.
Welcome to Dunkway, where we talk mostly basketball. Today we're talking Bob Myers and the 2018 Warriors. Spencer Dinwiddie is crowdsourcing his free agency. Josiah sits down with John Weinbach, and we talked the last couple episodes of Last Dance. Y'all watched that Luda Nelly stuff yesterday?
I did not. Ooh. I was a little skeptical.
All of St. Louis was mad at Nelly yesterday, okay?
I need Nelly apologizing for that output.
He played some joints, and I was like, what?
You can see Luda's face, and it was just like, damn, this is trash. There's 400,000 people watching right now, and you're getting served.
All right, so we got the final episodes of The Last Dance. They got into it a little bit about the flu game that wasn't a flu game situation, I guess. Poison the pizza?
Sacramento fans know about that. They did that to Kobe. They did that to Mamba in the 0-2 playoffs. They always want to point fingers.
How come MJ didn't just order some Domino's or some Pizza Hut?
I've never heard of anybody getting food poisoning from pizza, too. A lot of this seems a little questionable. He was sick, we know that. What it was from, I don't know if we are certain about that. As far as like the GOAT conversation, Josiah, you have anything to say on this?
No, he already said it.
I said, look, MJ, I need an MJ level, second greatest player of all time, GOAT level type meme. So I said I really had to dip into the bag and just really save it at the end for Kareem fans, who is the one true GOAT for anybody who really knows basketball.
The doc succeeded so much in showing all those guys around Mike, too. Like telling that Kerr story, telling the Rodman stories.
It really makes you just sick, though, thinking about, how that team wasn't able to try and go for a four-peat.
That series against the Pacers, the way that it went in the finals, I just don't think that they're winning another title. I think they could have gotten close.
I think they could have won, but I just don't think you get all those pieces together again.
So what do we watch now that this is over?
Some Outer Banks on Netflix, even though it's whatever.
Ozark was great. Maybe I'll run that back. Yeah. I don't know.
Solar Opposites, great. Dave, great. Watch Dave. If you haven't seen Dave yet, watch Dave.
Is The Wire the best show ever?
It might be.
Some would argue that.
Here with legendary producer John Weinbach. He was a producer on The Last Dance. Here to offer some inside info into, the greatest doc that the Rona has ever seen. How hard was it for you and your team to get that doc ready to go? I know it was slated to go out in June, to get it ready for an April release date.
The reality is the guys in New York, like Jason Hare, the director, Team Vetters, Jake Rogal, Matt Maxon, Nina Kristich, who did all the archival, and like this incredible team of editors. They pulled off a miracle. We had to move all of the footage, basically clone it 5 times for each of the editors to be working on remotely. Jason was editing. It's crazy. You have to understand, the last interview we did was the Stockton interview.
Yeah.
I was actually Jason couldn't go. And because he couldn't run the risk of being sick. Remember, it was in Spokane, Washington. It was the heart of the coronavirus at the time. So we sent a producer from Seattle. But that's how recently we were working.
How great is it for you now to be at the finish line? This is kind of your last dance to celebrate this moment.
It's incredible. It's surreal. That we finished after this 4+ year journey that Mike Tolan, who's my partner, who's executive producer of the show, who got Michael to say yes. It's been since February of 2016. And then to have it land now, it's very special. Also because the whole world is watching, because they're watching on Netflix outside the United States, and it's going to be on Netflix here in July. So it's happening at the same time globally. You'd pray to have a project that would get a third of this attention.
Obviously, we're both LA guys. You grew up a Laker fan. I know you were a big Magic guy growing up. So what were your feelings towards MJ going into the project? And then, did they change it all after working with him in kind of the aftermath?
Well, the interesting thing is, I'm a massive diehard Laker fan. I went to the '91 finals. I went to Game 4. I hated the Bulls when they beat the Lakers, but I always have this appreciation for Jordan. Even though it's funny, I could never fit into Nikes, so I never had Air Jordans. I never had Nikes. My appreciation for Jordan was from '84. So it's one of my earliest memories. I went with my dad to the U.S. Olympic games, the basketball games at the Forum, and Jordan was on the team, and it was he was unbelievable. And I remember it's a vivid thing. My dad was like, how did North Carolina not win more championships with this guy than him and Sam Perkins?
John, man, I just want to thank you again for blessing us, helping us get through this Rona pandemic. I don't know what we're going to do now. Everybody's kind of trying to figure it out.
Well, no, thanks for having me on.
So Spencer Dinwiddie is crowdsourcing his free agency. He's doing a GoFundMe to get to a certain point that would allow fans to choose his next free agency spot. How do y'all feel about that?
I think a lot of people, when they first heard this thing break, they thought that this dude was trying to be greedy or whatever. But I think he has great intentions. I don't think he's going to hit that $24.5 million target of Bitcoin that he's going for. And if he doesn't hit that, the money's getting donated to charity. But I love seeing dudes like this be innovative. I believe, the NBA is innovative. It's all about innovation. And I think he was getting a lot of heat and getting clowned by a lot of dudes. But Dinwiddie's got more bread than a lot of dudes that were clowning him. So he could call them all broke, just to be frank. And there's nothing they can say or do about it.
It's a little odd. I also, if I'm Spencer Dinwiddie, I want to make sure that there's it's a real tight the way that he wrote that. Did he leave it open to where the Shanghai Sharks could suddenly go in there with a huge donation and all of a sudden he's got to go play there?
I don't see him saying hey, you have to retire, allowing people to have that much control. There's going to be some rules for sure. And he says shoe companies and endorsers influence team decisions and stuff. So he wants the fans too. I respect that. You know what I mean? The people that root him on, are the reason why these players get so much money. You know what I'm saying? Give him a chance to make some decisions. I think that's fire. That's it. He always thinks differently. He has his own shoe. You know what I'm saying? That is designed and stuff like that. I respect Spencer Dinwiddie. He's always looking outside of the box, and I think there's a level of brilliance to this. Bob Myers had an interesting comment about the 2018 Warriors with KD, saying he didn't enjoy it as much. It was just that's what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think about that?
I think it's a little weird. You won a title, you're kind of you owe him for winning that title. LeBron was gonna get that done, and why are you doing this? I don't know.
That's what I call because y'all talk so much about KD. KD wasn't the best player in the world in 2017 and during that series. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't the best player on that team in 2018. He has 2 Finals MVP, and the guy that y'all are swinging off of has 0. Okay, there's a reason behind that.
I said it's the most baffling, disrespectful. KD saved the Warriors franchise. I know delusional Warriors fans were under the impression that after LeBron smacked that 73-9 team that they were going to come back with some heat. No, you came back with KD. Stop it. The dude is the best player in Warriors history. 2 Finals MVPs. Kept your franchise relevant, and you saw what happened in 2019 when he went down.
I understand why you love your boy Curry. I get it. I understand that. But we cannot act like the reason that y'all got those chips last season wasn't KD. You know what I'm saying? He was obviously the best player. And it's just so crazy how y'all continue to on that man. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a player come and give more to a franchise and get less. It's ridiculous how y'all treat somebody who gave y'all so much, bro.
Anyway, that's Dunk Bait. I'm the Jetho Jenkins.
King Josiah 54.
I'm Zach Schwartz. Stay safe. Watch Dave.